Who inspires you? And who do you inspire? And if someone who inspires you had a role that you then took on after them, how would that influence how you did that role? Today, February 17th, is the feast day of Finan. He died in 661. Finan had big shoes to fill because Finan took on the role of being the Bishop of Lindisfarne after the death of Aidan, who had founded Lindisfarne. And Aidan had built a great and wonderful reputation. And he had become a man who was respected by many across the whole of Britain and Ireland. However, Finan took on the role with great belief that God was calling him to do this now. That this was, although reflecting Aidan, keeping the rule that Aidan had, was a role that he was going to take. And through his own expression, he then saw the conversion of a king that was previously a pagan king who had been in war with Northumbria. And he stood by what he believed when the Irish bishop called Ronan came to try and enforce the Roman way and dating of Easter before the Synod of Whitby. But Finan stood firm in his beliefs. He stood firm not only as someone who followed the beliefs and teachings of Aidan, but someone who expressed that in their own life. The meditation for Finan in my book, 40 Days with Celtic Saints, says this: Finan had big shoes to fill, taking on the role of Bishop of Lindisfarne after Aidan. Knowing the gifts of those that he taught, Finan chose the best people to take on missions. Finan was a different person to Aidan and allowed God to work through him as himself, not trying to be somebody else. So how do you live out the inspiration from other people? Those people who inspire you, how do you live that out? And how do you allow God to work in you to release his potential for what he's drawn you to do without being someone else, being inspired by someone without trying to be like them? That's what Finan was able to do. Be inspired by Aidan, but be expressive as his own true self. To express that inspiration as his own true self. So, who inspires you?